not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, no one will love you as you are. But I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send the blood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me.
Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Amama. I'm from Nigeria and I'm in my 20s. So basically this YouTube channel is going to be for like different things. It's going to be a platform for like various discussions and different things, you know, playing pranks too, you know, and then probably going forward, I'll be writing videos.
But I won't let them
it's just random stuff. I never really know what's going on. But today we're going to be meeting you. So
when the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send the blood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me.
Yeah, and I love meeting new people, you know, and rubbing minds with others, and you know, I'm very open-minded, so I love like hearing the opinions of other people and knowing, just getting to know them and getting to know their perspectives too, basically. Yeah. So for today, we're going to be meeting me, like I already said, and in meeting me, there's something very, you know, personal and deep that I've always wanted to share, you know, and I've always, yeah, basically. So it's about me and like having this stuff called like Poland syndrome. It's called Poland syndrome, you know, and it's basically, I don't want to go into so much details and just go into so much details about it and act like I'm lecturing or something, so I'm just going to go straight in. So basically, it occurs when one is missing a major chest muscle on either side of the chest. You know, it's a chest muscle called pectoralis major. You know, so it's either one is missing it on the left or on the right. And pectoralis major aids the development of breast, basically, and it is more common amongst males and females, but yeah, both tend to have it. Then depending on some symptoms, and also some may have like webbed fingers, you know, webbed fingers. So one of the major signs or symptoms is it's the absence of that particular chest muscle prevents the development of breast on the side that was affected. So if it's the right side, you know, there won't be really like any growth, that kind of thing, like, or like breast won't like necessarily like develop, and there's some other signs and symptoms and all that. So when the first time, and it looks something, going forward I'll show you what it looks like anyway. So I got to know I had Poland syndrome around when I was 14, but it's something that you tend to know usually around puberty, that kind of thing, because it tends to show during puberty. That's for those that don't have the web fingers or like short fingers thing. You know, some of us don't have that. Those that have like the mild, I guess the mild symptoms and all that, but we don't tend to have that whole stuff, that kind of thing. So basically, I'm affected by the right side, so it's like there isn't really anything here. You know, this is very it's very flat. So what you're seeing right here is like my breast part, but here is the breast, like here is where the boobies are, basically, but here is like really flat, so there isn't really anything right here, you know, because it prevents development of like breast muscle kind of thing. So I'm sure it's very flat, but because of my breast thing, Don't get seats. Yeah. But either way, yeah. So it started around when I was like, so when I was around 10, that's when I started developing breasts. I think that's probably when I started wearing puberty or something. But either way, so I was still, yeah, obviously young then and all. So I noticed that breast on the left side was growing and the one on the right just seemed to be stagnant. Like nothing was happening, you know. So I was confused. I was like, what's going on? But it wasn't so obvious then because my boobs were really like small. And that's the thing. For those that have like really, that aren't very busty, you know, it's not always obvious, you know. So it's easier. So if you put on a shirt or something, you probably won't really notice unless you pay close attention and go like a lot of attention, that kind of thing. So, but with me, it wasn't obvious at that stage because, like I said, I was just growing breast, that kind of thing, you know. Then my mom would tell me, oh, it will grow, kind of thing. And now I was skeptical about it because I was like, okay, it will grow. So I was skeptical, but not really skeptical, but I was like, okay, we'll grow. And now, of course, she told me that I got into the whole, like, yeah, women, one side of the breast is usually bigger than the other side, kind of thing, you know. But I was wondering when my own was pretty obvious, but I was just like, okay, we'll grow anyway. So we'll just wait and see, you know, till around when I was like 12 years of age. You know, by that time, my breast development was a lot more obvious, that kind of, especially on the left side. But the right was still the same, like nothing, like no growth at all. And I remember I was confused, you know, and it wasn't very easy in school because obviously I noticed other people too around you wasn't that, you know, and it wasn't fun because like one point it was like the whole name of the whole like one breast thing came up, that kind of thing. So it was very difficult for me. So I just had to think of a way out. So I remembered how like I was a lot younger, and when you're like you siblings are probably playing and then you're like shoving like wrappers or pieces of clothes on your this thing to make it like you have like really big breasts, kind of like just for play and jokes, that kind of thing, you know. So I was like, who knows, like this may actually work for me. So next thing I did was I got some pieces of like clothes and all, and I put it there, and I was like, oh, it's not obvious anymore, you know. So then I started going to school that way, and it wasn't so bad anymore. It wasn't obvious anymore, that kind of thing, unless I told you, basically, so you won't know I have this stuff, that kind of thing. So I just put the pieces of clothes in there, like to hide it, you know, so it won't show, it won't be like very obvious, kind of thing. But later on, when I was like 13, also I moved to boarding school, and it was a lot tougher, you know, and you know, I was obviously a teenager. You know how teenage period can be, you know, for people sometimes. So you would see girls around, you'd see them, you know, removing their, like, probably go back from class, you pull off your bra, kind of thing, be comfortable. But I couldn't really do that because I was scared, basically. So it was very hurtful coming for me because I wanted to do all that too, you know, but it was very hard, which made this thing being like even more comfortable. Like wearing bras can be uncomfortable, you know, especially when you're wearing for like a long period of time, kind of thing. But having to like wear brand and stuff something in on one side too, it's like that even makes it a lot worse, that kind of thing. So since I was kind of near around then, I just decided that, you know what, I want to feel comfortable. So I told my then roommates, the one that were there, like, oh, I have this stuff, you know, because I wanted to feel comfortable to remove it in it. I won't be like weird or something, because now you know that I have this thing, that kind of stuff. So I let them in on it, like, this is what I have and blah, blah, blah. I didn't know the name then, you know, I was still oblivious, like I just didn't have any idea of what it was. That kind of like, I didn't know what the name, and that was very, very frustrating for me, because I was like, is this normal? Like, I haven't met anyone that has this thing, so is this normal? Is this like, what's this all about, kind of thing? Because at that age, I knew that, I mean, after how many years, like, nothing has happened, something's up, you know, something that I don't know is up, that kind of thing, and I was just very curious and all that. So I let them in on it, like, oh, this is what I have, and blah, blah, blah. I remember one... and that was one of the first response I ever got from someone I told. And she was like, oh my god, you're so strong, I would have committed suicide if I was that one. And I was like, I was confused, but it was funny, so I just laughed it off, But I didn't consider the fact that going forward, I may have new roommates coming and all those kind of things. So, and that happened. So obviously, I couldn't be going around like, oh, like every new person, like, oh, yeah, I have this thing or something. So when I saw that I had new this thing, I know I would just try to adjust myself and not remove it, or just be very careful when I'm doing those kind of thing. When I'm around those that know that kind of thing, I'm a lot comfortable and I just loosen up, that kind of thing. So around that age too, I had to get a bone surgery because I had some issues with my legs, basically. So so around that period too, while I was going for doctor's appointments, and all that before the surgery, because I had two surgeries, but at different times, So I was also curious about this thing, that kind of stuff. My mom was like, okay, fine, let's try and ask, because it was an orthopedic surgeon. Hey, doctor, you can see this. So yeah, so he referred me to another doctor. I don't know what it was. Probably he was a gynecologist or something. I'm not sure, but I didn't really know then. So he carried that doctor carried a series of like tests on me and all, but he wasn't always available, that kind of, like, we fix appointments and then we would come, he won't be around, that kind of thing. So it was very hard. It was also like really, really frustrating for me too, basically. So later on we just stopped boarding. Like I was like, what's the point? You come, how very annoying it is. You're going to see someone, you fix an appointment, and then he's not on seat, or you are not shy. Every time you come, there's nothing he's really telling you. I don't know whether even, sometimes I felt he didn't really know what he was doing to me, because I don't know. But so at point in time, I just left it there. Then, I was still very curious, so I decided to ask my bundle, so everyone was like, let's ask bundle to help us check it out, that kind of thing. So he did, and then he told me to do a bit of exercise, like pushing, something like that, and then he was like, oh, you're missing a chest muscle here. It's like you're missing a chest muscle here, and I was like, missing a chest muscle, and I think that was the only thing he said, that kind of thing. So that got me very curious, but I was happy that, okay, at least now it's like something is making sense, But at the same time, I was like, how can something like a muscle be preventing my breast from going, So went back home. I was pondering on it. Then one night, I decided to do research. Thank God for internet then. So I decided to do research and all, and I checked out some breast. I think I called it breast defects or something. And the first stuff on the search item wasn't it. I was like, oh, this isn't it. Now I was scrolling, that kind of thing. I saw Poland syndrome. I was like, the name just caught me because I found the name interesting, So I just clicked on it and I was like, oh my days, this is what I have, It was the pictures, and then the whole missing chest muscle thing too was explained. And at that moment, I was happy. I was happy because I knew what was going on with me. It was normal. It wasn't. Yeah, it was normal actually. This is what is going on with. It's normal for people that have this stuff, to experience this kind of things. So I was just happy, and I was happy, but I was also sad because I just wasn't sure of how to go about it. So I remember and I remember I cried too, because I was like, finally, I know what's going on now. So I know what's going on, kind of thing. So I told my parents about it, and one of the things I saw was that it was a rare syndrome. 1 in 10,000 to 100,000 people born every year tend to have it. So it's pretty rare, And around the time I knew too, I was questioning, why did it have to be me? That kind of thing, of all the thousands, why did it come to me and all that? And because I have 5 siblings, kind of thing, and they were pretty okay. No one had any bone issue. No one had any weird breast ish that they didn't understand or something. So it was very hectic for me, because I just didn't understand. I felt I wasn't normal. I felt something was wrong with me. I felt it was it was very hard, So I got to see that it's true reconstructive surgery that, the stuff could be, that's the treatment for it, that kind of thing. So I, well, I was still with my whole bone surgery thing and trying to recover from one of it. So, and I just didn't buy the idea of having a surgery kind of thing. So I was like, you know what, there should be another way. Let me pray, So we should ask, I should give in that, let me pray. So there were nights I would like close my eyes tight, and be like, God, please, God. I know I was begging, I would plead, like, God, please, then I wake up, let the second one grow, let the second one just like, boom, it has grown, that kind of thing, like miracle, So it's like, God, please, like, I'll pray. I used for like 3-5 days or something, like I was just praying, and each one, even though I would be disappointed rather, that nothing was done, had been done. But I still had faith, like, what, let's still continue. Until I think it was later on that I got this, like, I just felt like I already have a miracle right here. Like, this stuff is a miracle, that kind of thing. I'm praying, why am I praying for what I already have? That kind of thing. I mean, it's something that God wouldn't have given it to me if He knew I won't be able to handle it, that kind of thing, So, and I have what it takes to push through with it. So I just told myself that, what, I already have this miracle, because that word just came to like, well, you already have the miracle right here, I mean, if it wasn't right here, I probably wouldn't be doing this. So, so it was just there, and I began to feel like at ease, okay, maybe it's okay, to have this thing. Like, it's okay. I didn't choose it. I wasn't there when I was being formed in the womb or something, and it just happened, and that's okay, that kind of thing. So on telling a few friends, about it, like, and it's not like I chose, like, for one reason or the other, I had to, and that was part of trying to feel comfortable, that kind of thing. So I will, and then, hearing their opinions, so hearing how very surprised they will be, and certain statements and all, and one thing that really touched me was when some, like, at least the ones that were very vocal about it would just be like, it kind of made them feel, how do I put it? Kind of make them feel, I guess, I won't say maybe hopeful, but it kind of made them feel like they aren't alone, rather, yeah. That they are not the only one that have, like, everyone has something they are dealing with, and it's okay, and everything is going to be fine, kind of thing. Ruth has been surviving with this ish for so long, and she's still pushing, and she still smiles and all that, because I used to hear comments like, oh, you're always smiling, Ruth is always smiling, that kind of thing. They'll be like, oh my gosh, and you're I remember one of my friends actually told me, you're always smiling. I'm like, should I kill myself because I have Fulanzim, or shouldn't live my life or something? So at that period, those comments were kind of funny too, and they were refreshing to me anyway, that kind of thing. So yeah, so basically that was just it. So I kept pushing and all, and I just continue, just let myself know that, what, it's okay to do all these things, like, it's okay to have this thing, and this is for everyone, every other person out there. This is something that is vulnerable to me, and mine is obvious. It's pretty obvious, actually. I have my own leg issue, and I have this syndrome stuff, and it's right there. Like, it's almost one of the first things you would know about me without me even having to say a word, that kind of thing. And if I remove the stuff too, it's one of the first things you know, that kind of thing. So I realized that some people's flaws are actually hidden, and some aren't. Some of us wear our flaws not because we choose to or we want to, but it just happened that way, and that's okay. So I, first of all, had to accept this thing for myself. It took a while. It wasn't immediate, because 3-4 years to having this, like, already I had issue with my breast on my right side. It was hard for me. It was very hard for me. I remember there were times I would feel very bad and sad about it. Sometimes I just don't want to talk to anybody. I just feel different. I feel weird. I don't feel so human, that kind of thing. But with time, accepting who I am, and just being me and just doing my own stuff, so I just started acceptance, and I'm at this stage whereby it's like a part of me and it's who I am and it's something I've embraced, that kind of thing. And that's what I look at him where I'm like, oh, I guess I just like use it to play or joke around, that kind of thing, you know. And to be very honest, I wouldn't have it any other way right now. Like if I had to, and I don't have a choice of going through surgery, some to get a second one, but I can't imagine myself having to right now because, you know, I have one right here, and this one, it's not like it's affecting me physically or it's preventing me from doing certain things I want to do, that kind of thing. It's not like preventing me from walking, or I can't lie down well, or I can't do this, or I can't do that, that kind of thing. You know, it's just something that is there, just something that I never really, a body part that never really grew out, that kind of thing. So it's not like affecting me heavily or in any like very negative way, kind of thing. I'm just like, why not just leave it? Like I'm cool with it. Like I've embraced it, you know. And this for every other person that's probably going through it, you know, this or has this stuff or any other kind of stuff, you know. And any other kind of stuff could be, oh, I'm too short, or I have a very big head, or I have a large nose. You're not alone. Or any other thing that you feel is wrong with you, or it may be something, it may be a part of your personality, or whatever it is that you feel is just off or weird about you. Just know you're not alone. And if it's something you can change, because it's this stuff on prayer of serenity, you know, it's kind of like, oh Lord, give me the serenity, that means calmness or peace to like accept what I cannot change, courage to change what I can, and wisdom to know the difference, you know. I know that particular stuff kept me going for a while, you know, like it still keeps me going, you know. It just kind of refreshes, like just makes me feel good, that kind of thing. So like, it's okay to have all these things, you know, and that's part of why I'm doing this, because one wonder why I'm doing this now. I'm doing this now because I've had it in my view a very long time, you know, like come out about it and just stop hiding, you know. So I've decided not to hide anymore, like this is me, that kind of stuff. And part of it too was, I just was fearful. I just wasn't sure of when. I was always just pondering, like, and I kept wondering, maybe I've accepted this thing for myself, like how are others going to take it, that kind of thing. But like they say, be yourself, do you, and the world will adjust. So here I am doing me, the world will adjust to it. So I just decided, you know what, let me put this out there, you know, because I don't know what someone may be going through. You know, we all have something that's off, or something that we didn't choose, or something that just doesn't seem right in quotes, but it's just best to embrace it, you know, embrace your difference, that kind of thing. And if it's something you need to work on it, and then you'll be good, that kind of thing. But it's not easy living with a condition that not many people have, you know, because I haven't met anyone here in Nigeria that has this thing, you know. And it was once, when I was like 14, 15, around that age. You know, I saw this one stuff called experience. This was around when I discovered what this was, like this was Poland syndrome. So I saw this experience project thing, like it was like a platform where you meet different people and all that, you know. And there was a community for Poland syndrome too. So I got to meet a few people, both males and like females, and I got to read like other people's experiences with it too, you know. So it made me feel. And I got to meet some people, with it, that kind of talk for a while, I know, and it made me feel some sense of belonging, and I think that was the beginning of acceptance for me, like accepting this thing. Like I felt good and all, you know. And growing up, because I felt I was alone with this thing, you know. But here I am now. So whoever also has this thing should know that they are not alone. I have it too, and some other individuals around have it, and it's okay, you know. And even if you don't have this stuff, whatever it's that you feel you have, or you feel is a deficient, or is something wrong, no, like life's too short to be dwelling on it, that kind of thing. Just embrace yourself and do you, you know. Still be yourself. It's just a part of you, you know. It doesn't make up the definition of who you are. Poland syndrome is not all of who I am. It's a part of me. You know, and it's a part of me I've chosen to embrace. I don't know when I would, like, why this coming out, this is my first stage or phase for me, like, of coming out, you know. then moving forward, I really hope to be free with it and not like have to put anything, try to hide it or try to get like padded bras, not to show it anymore. I just want to be free and be comfortable with it within my own space and personal space, and I'm very comfortable with it. That kind, like I just prefer even like having it right there than putting something to act like I have to when I don't, that kind of thing. So it's a process of coming out for me, and I'm going to take it one step at a time and do it as it comes, that kind of thing. So also, I just want to, so if you have any questions or comments or not, you want to know more about it, feel free to drop it down there. And then if you want to know more, you can also go online and if you're interested in it though, and see what it's all about, So, well, basically, I just, regardless of whether you have this stuff, this polar syndrome stuff or not, just know you're not alone, or you're not the only one dealing with whatever it is you're dealing with. It may seem like you're alone, but you're really not. And if you were not strong enough, you won't have to go through this thing. It is there for you because you can get through it, and you'll be able to go through it, and you'll be fine. Kind of thing. So you shouldn't let whatever issue or problem you have overwhelm you or make you feel like you aren't good enough, because you are. Just do you and be you. So over the years, I've learned to do me, be me, just really do what I really want to do, basically, that kind of thing. And being different is okay, and being different is not, this stuff I have isn't a disease, it's not contagious or anything like that, And part of it too is that it's hard to find someone, if you're someone that has it, it's not very often that more than one person in the family will have it. Like with me, in my family, I'm the first person, because when this stuff came out and I and my family got to know what it is, got to know no one, like it was new to everyone, thinking of like past generations and all that. We won't think about it, or we'll sit and think about it. No one necessarily had it, so it was just me. So I'm probably the first, I don't know, but I know it's not a very common thing. It's just some kind of, I guess, complication that happens at birth, and the cause isn't known, basically. It just isn't, So that's just basically it. So thanks for listening and spending some time with me here, that kind of thing. So if you have, feel free to comment, share, and I hope this inspires someone out there, basically. And just remember, this channel is going to be for different things. It's not just talk, and it's going to be for various things, just one particular thing, variety of things, And I hope you will enjoy the spontaneous stuffs that come up as we journey on together with this. So if you like what you see and you really would like to see more, then kindly subscribe. Thank you.